You are now listening to the Life of Produk podcast.
Yeah, what up, man? It's the boy Produk. You're now locked into the Life of Produk podcast. Did y'all miss me? I would miss me too. You ain't even got to answer that question. What up, though? What's good? We in the building today on this beautiful Sunday. Thank God it's not raining, all of that stuff. Oh, man. Yo, okay, so as I start the show, I got to give a big shout out to Cousin Damien. He called in for episode 128. We did an emergency pod because it was an emergency. A lot of stuff was going on, man. A lot of stuff was going on. It was kind of hot in these hip hop streets, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Celebrity Chef Stanford, who came through for episode 129. That is a good dude. This was his second time on the show. What I love about Celebrity Chef Stanford, he taps in with me daily. His dude will hit me up, or I hit him up, and then we speak. He'll send me some videos on IG, some motivational stuff. That is a good dude right there, man. Congratulations to everything that you have going on. And you know what? Speaking of Celebrity Chef Stanford, that brings me back to what Chris Corrado said when he came back on the show, because he came on the show twice. Never let your age define you. Chef, I'm not calling you old, brother. I promise I'm not calling you old. But never let your age define you. I think right now in society, in entertainment society, there's like people trying to put age restrictions on everything. Now, okay, I understand. If you're a basketball player, if you're a football player, if you're an athlete in general, there are age restrictions. After 30, the age is different. After 30, the knees are different. Your knees ain't gonna be the same no more. You ain't gonna be able to hop up and dunk like you used to. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're LeBron James. Not too many was able to do it. Kobe was playing in his early 40s and he was cooking dudes. Michael did it. Kobe did it. It seems as if LeBron is gonna do it. I hope he does. Shouts out to LeBron. His son is on the same basketball team as him. This is history. But when it comes to certain things, you cannot let your age define you. And what I love about Celebrity Chef Stanford, he's lived a life of multiple hats. And at the age he's at now, and I promise I'm not calling you old, Chef, you are doing big things and you're continuously catapulting to different heights. Like, this man has removed the glass ceiling. He's removed the glass ceiling and he is pushing. And I think that we need to all watch his life right now at this point and take pages out of his book and really try to move accordingly that way. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. I think it's wild how particularly in hip hop, there's the newer generation, and you have to blame the powers that be for this, because the powers that be have made the new generation think as if they're better at hip hop when it comes to this because of their age, when actually no, the rappers that are older rap better than y'all. The rappers that rap older, that are older than y'all, rap way better than y'all. They seem to be selling out more shows than a lot of y'all. A lot of the not all of the newer artists, because they're doing great. But they're outselling a lot of them. They're also doing better with ticket sales to their concerts. We've been seeing a lot of younger artists now having to cancel shows, but I think it's messed up. But I mean, it is what it is. It's a quality over quantity thing, where newer artists are pumping out music like this. The older artists, they'll wait a while, then they'll put out a dope project. And it's quality over quantity. Never let your age define you. Don't. I don't. Here's the thing, right? If you are, they'll try to throw you into these categories, right? So if you are of a certain age and you are in the music business, say you rapping, but you didn't make it that big, they'll say, oh, you're too old to rap, stop. If you've already been in the music game for a while and you're older, they're going to tell you, oh, well, you did it already. You're older now. Stop. What? Come on. I don't get it. Like, what do y'all want from these people? What do y'all want from these people? I think it's wild, and it's wild disrespectful to a person in their craft, no matter what it is, whether it's hip hop, business, all kind of stuff. Oh, don't do that. I think you're too old to do that. We only see that in the Black community. We don't really see that when it comes to like rock and roll, when it comes to jazz and things like that. I think it's wild. I think it's just very disrespectful to a person and to that person's dreams. But switching gears off that, like I said, shouts out to Celebrity Chef Stanford. He is raising the bar out here. Like Chris Corrado said, never let your age define you. I got to give a big shout out to my second oldest son, man. I'm very proud of you. I love you very much. He's a freshman at Boston College. He plays for the Eagles. He is up there doing his thing. He was playing down in Rock Hill for Northwestern. I went to his game. I went to one of his games this time last year, September last year, and he was on the field cooking these kids. And he's in a whole nother lane now with him being a freshman, and he is showing up. Every game he is showing up. They got their fourth win now yesterday. They're 4-1. He got his first collegiate touchdown last week. It was hard for me to watch the game yesterday because I was on call for work. I told you I work in the medical field now, and North Carolina is kind of going through a lot right now. So I didn't get to watch all of my son's games, but I watch pretty much every game. They're playing in Virginia next month, and I'm definitely going to that game. I'm gonna be in the building. It's sad that I didn't really want to touch on this. I try to keep certain things personal, but it's sad that two parents, when one parent has tried to go above and beyond to be cordial with the other one parent just holds grudges and holds like a certain set of evil and whatever it is in their heart for all these years. Just let it go, and that has it's damaged the relationship between me and I wouldn't say the relationship, because every time we see each other, we're great. It's not the damage of the relationship, but it's damage of communication. When a woman goes above and beyond to keep a father out of the child's life, particularly your son, I think that's one of the worst things you could do. I think it should be illegal. I think you should be fined and put in jail for that. Just how fathers can be put in jail for not paying child support, I think parental alienation should be a crime. It really should. So, if my son is listening, he probably does listen to the show. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I know he was rocking with my music years ago, but if he is listening, I love you very much. And I just, what I'm saying? When you get to a point when you want to really sit down and talk, let's talk. When I saw him last year, it was great. The last time I saw him before that, it was great. But as he's older now, and I encourage other fathers to do this. I encourage fathers to never give up. Don't give up. Do not give up, because we don't really know. When a parent is alienated, we don't really know what the other parent is saying. We don't even know what the step parent is saying. Yeah, step parents a lot of y'all stepfathers are very lucky. You're very lucky. I'm gonna keep it cool today. I told you, what I'm saying, we ain't choosing violence today. Could have been chosen. You're a very lucky guy. Certain things didn't transpire. But what I'm saying is, all fathers who have had issues with the mothers of their children keeping the child out their life, don't give up. Because at the end of the day, damage has been done, whether there was damage on your end, whether there was damage on her end. So you don't know how the child is going to gravitate towards what the lies that they were told or the things that they've seen. You can't tell that child how to think, just like she can't tell that child how to think. So if she kept that child away or whatnot, that child might have some type of disgruntledness towards you. That child might have disgruntledness towards the mother. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying? It's a hit or miss. It's a gamble. I've seen situations like this where that stuff has backfired on the mother for keeping the child out the parent's life. It's backfired. A lot of these kids, they don't know. They've never seen court documents. There are fathers that have filed motions in court for a visitation. There are fathers that made several attempts to contact their children, and they was shut down. They was like, get out of here. You ain't got no lawyer, get out of here. Some states are like that. North Carolina is like that. But all in all, I pray that he's doing well. I watch all his games. I didn't get to watch all of the game yesterday because I was out in the field. I had a lot of patients yesterday who needed things. And, I'm going to just say this. Me and my family were very blessed that our power didn't go out. We are very blessed that no trees fell on us. I seen one house I had to go to. I had a patient who was in the hospital, but his wife was there, so I had to do everything in the house while the wife was there. A big tree fell right in the middle of their yard and just missed their car. The house next door, the tree was about 3 or 4 times the size of the tree up the house I had to go to, and that fell and hit some stuff, and it messed a lot of things up. The house across the street, the transformer fell from the air, and the power lines were down. Thank God that whole city, and I'm not happy that city, they have no power. I don't know if they got it now, but yesterday there was no power. Thank God at the time I had to go, there was no power because there were so many lines in the street. If the power was on, there would have been active live lines sitting in water. So I dealt with that a lot yesterday. It was very dangerous being out due to the fact that all of the street lights had no power as well. So people are just zooming through lights, having accidents. I seen about 2-3 accidents yesterday. So, and this is not even on the side where it's worse. It's way worse as you go west. As you continue to go west from where I live in North Carolina, it's 10 times worse. 10 times worse. Yeah. So I thank God that, where I'm at in the side that me and my family on, we good. All we lost is Wi-Fi, and my son thinks it's the worst thing in the world. My youngest son thinks I lost count how many times this dude asked me, how many times is the Wi-Fi gonna come back? Dog, I don't work for the cable company. I don't know. I can't fix it, brother. I'm gonna give him a screwdriver. Be like, yo, go up on the pole. You go fix it. Here's a ladder. G is the boy Product. Life of Product Podcast, episode 130. We will be right back with the second half of the show. Yeah, what up, man? It's the boy Product. We're now back with the Life of Product Podcast, episode 130. If you need sponsorships, interviews, and advertisements, it is lifeofproduk@gmail.com. That is PRODUK. Korporate.Ent @gmail.com. That is corporate with the K. Let's get your brand out there. Let's get your music out there, man. Before I really get into the show, how are y'all feeling today? This is a mental health check-in for everybody. How are y'all feeling? A lot of y'all hit me up, and some of y'all continuously hit me up, and you guys would email me, DM me. You guys would talk to me about your life. I'm not a licensed therapist. I'm just a real dude that gives great advice. So continue to do that. What I will say is I always keep the things that you guys talk to me about confidential, and I'm going to continue to keep it confidential because I like confidentiality. So I feel on my end, when I speak to people about the things I'm going through, I don't want you telling 2, 3, 4, 5 people about it. Let's keep it amongst each other. But how are you guys feeling? And I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling right now. The way I'm feeling right now, I feel like I want to just disconnect from everything. And the reason why I want to disconnect from everything, because there's too much evil and there's too much just being thrown around openly right now. It's bad. Like if I'm going to keep it real with y'all, if I didn't have a podcast, if I didn't have a business, if I wasn't doing music, I would not be on social media. I would be so disconnected from everything going on. I would, and I would probably be a lot happier. I'm not saying I'm an angry person, but I would probably be a lot happier. I know people that do that, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I got friends that disconnect from everything, and they'll hit me up every now and then. They disconnect from everything. You're not going to talk to these people every day. You know what I'm saying? So when they do hit me up and I'll mention certain things of current events, they're like, why wouldn't that happen? Yeah, you live in a cave. You wouldn't know about that, but I don't blame them. I would disconnect from everything. I don't really want to touch on the daily stuff. We talked about that on the show, and it's like it's becoming overkill right now. I hope the victims get justice. I hope the victims get compensated, because anybody who was hurt, from that situation deserves justice, and they deserve to be compensated. I am a full believer that they believe to get compensated, but I'm tired of hearing about it. I am tired of hearing about it. Another thing, I'm tired. More so than Diddy's situation, I'm tired of y'all people. And when I say y'all people, I mean this. I've seen so many videos between TikTok and Instagram. People are putting these reels together with all kind of speculations and false information, false accusations. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of y'all thinking it's okay to make up all these different stories and put this stuff out there just for clicks, likes, and views and the hopes of monetization. I am sick of it. And you know why I'm sick of it? Because 1, it's stupid. 1, we are too grown to get on the internet and tell lies. 3, it is disrespectful to the victims who have really suffered either losses or pain and traumatization from this situation. It is disrespectful to them, and y'all get on here and y'all play all day. I'm sick of it. Y'all play all day. Y'all play all day. All right. Let the cops do whatever they want. They are legal people that I've watched videos of that have information. They've been privy to information, but they can't put it out there. Okay, cool. But y'all people that get out here just to make these videos, y'all make these caption videos, y'all put all of these editing tools on it. Stop doing that. Stop. Go get a real life. Get a real life. People really been hurt. So, just seeing this stuff affects us. It affects us. It really affects us. I don't think people understand the severity of how much effect that this has on the world. Everyone, the whole world is watching this right now. The world is watching this right now. I'm not saying let them off the hook. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is y'all need to slow down. Y'all need to take a break. Pump your brakes real quick, dog. Pump your brakes, sit down. It's evil to get out here and put out, and process this type of stuff and just make believe is weird. I think it's weird in the most psychological way. In the most psychological way, it is weird to get out here, falsify all this stuff and put it on social media and push this narrative as if it's real, as if it's not fake. Why do y'all do that? Y'all the type of people that lied your whole life. These people, let me tell you something. I've known pathological liars that have lied since they were kids, and they still lie to this day. They lie about everything, man. It's so hard to have conversations with people that have lied. Since I know dudes that have been liars since childhood, men and women that lied since childhood. So like having conversations with them, and I still know some of them. They hit me up more than I hit them up because I just can't sit and entertain that. Sometimes I don't sit and listen, but it's like, dog, now it's like everything they tell me, I gotta filter through it. Like, is it real? Is it fake? I kind of don't care because these people are not directly in my world. But fam, y'all are off. Y'all are off. And I think it's a weird psychological thing that's going on right now with society of all these people doing it. It's scary, man. It's scary. You got to understand, you got cops watching it, you got feds watching it, you have prosecutors watching it. Things like this that go to trial, that means there's going to be a jury. So people that will be placed on that jury have all watched this stuff. And all of this stuff adds influence. Imagine you die tomorrow, God forbid, and you've been sitting and you've been cutting up these clips, making all this stuff, all these false allegations, all the stuff that you're pushing as if it's real, right? And your videos and your clips have influenced people that are on the jury, that are on the legal teams, to find somebody guilty that didn't do it. Say if somebody you did that, and all your stuff, your content has caused a person to go to jail or prison that is innocent, and you die tomorrow, the day after they're found guilty, and they're looking, they're like weighing your sins, and they're like, we was gonna let you in, but your last your last chance was the video you put out. How you gonna feel? You know what I'm saying? Imagine you get to the gates of heaven, they like, wait, stop, brother, stop. And he put the angel puts his hand on your chest like, nah, he pushed the button, you dropped the hell. I think I'm crazy when I say stuff like that, but it's kind of like, you need to choose wisely the BS you do in life. Listen to me. You need to choose wisely the BS you do in life, because some of it is gonna hold more weight than others. You know what I'm saying? Or you just gonna you think because you did something that was small, right? But you did 20 small things, and you're just adding numbers up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think people think about that. I don't think this is the stuff I think about. So I try to be very conscious of everything I do. You know what I'm saying? Now I do things and I'm like, oh man, I know I shouldn't do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Or I have stuff like, why did I do that? And I'm praying for forgiveness and things like that. I try to really think about everything that I do, because I don't want to be one of those people out here just with all these weighted sins on my back. I don't want to be like that. I have a conscience, and the sad part is a lot of y'all don't have a conscience. I'm not here to bully the bully. That's not what I'm here to do. But I'm on here speaking this as a real man. As a real man, there's not a lot of real men out there, and a lot of us real men don't feel like speaking up is going to do anything. Then a lot of real men don't want to speak up because of the backlash that we get when we speak up, and it's not right. It's like if everybody else could have a voice and they could talk about whatever they want, they could lie, they could be racist, they could be sexist. A lot of these podcasts are very sexist, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to bully the bully, but a lot of y'all podcasters, I can tell girls hurt y'all feelings. So it's like, look, man, what man hasn't had his feelings hurt? Every man has had his feelings hurt, especially as a boy. But let it go, brother. It to carry that into adulthood and use it as a way to make content and monetize and make money. You know, a paycheck for you is a disparity for somebody else. A paycheck for you is bringing up past trauma for somebody else. So I prefer not to live my life like that. I prefer not to use my platform like that. I prefer to try to help people. It's going to take me longer to get where I want to be. I might not get where I want to be, but at the end of the day, I can sleep comfortable. Well, I got insomnia. I ain't going to sleep comfortable. You know what I mean? I can sleep comfortable, and I can look myself in the mirror knowing I didn't spew that out there in the universe. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I got people that rock with me heavy that have hit me up like, yo, why you ain't talk about that? Yo, you should take that route. And I tell them all the same thing. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it because I got to look myself in the mirror. I got to go home to my sons. I'm not going to be out here doing BS once this camera go on and once this board turn on, just to be like, yo, you see, I got 100,000 views off that. I'm not doing that. Swag, boy. G is the boy Produk, LifeOfProduk podcast. Episode 130. This is the second segment of the show. We will be right back with the third part. Stay tuned. Don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Gia, what up, man? It's the boy Produk. We're now back with the Life of Product Podcast. This is episode 130. Again, if you need sponsorships, interviews, advertisement, it is lifeofproduk@gmail.com or corporate.ent at gmail.com. That is corporate with the K. Let's get your brand out there. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm telling you, I done helped a lot of people. And I don't be counting, yo, I did this for you, I did that for you. But what I love about the people I have helped, they always reciprocate the love I show them. They show it back. They repost my stuff. They forward my stuff to people. They do all of that for me. So for me, that's great. I'm fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? G is the boy Product, episode 130. You know what? I kind of got a little off track with the second segment of the show. But today's episode is called "What is Your Superpower?" What is your superpower? Let me tell you something. Being in this seat right here where I'm at right now, that is a superpower, all in its own, right? I've been blessed with the gift of gab. Your superpowers are a blessing. A lot of y'all don't want to admit it. A lot of y'all think that you are self-made. No, you are God-made. You just don't realize it. You're just too jaded to see it. You feel what I'm saying? I've been blessed with the gift of gab. Had it my whole life, and I'm going to continue to have it for the rest of my life. I'm probably going to be like, I pray that I make it to like, being very old. I'm going to be one of them old men. I'm going to just be spitting, boy. What? Come here, let me talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I might talk a little slow when I get older, but I probably won't. But I've been blessed with the gift of gab. I didn't realize that until a certain point. Like I had it my whole life. I had the gift of gab, but I didn't realize it. I'm going to tell you that the point that I realized it, right? So I used to be with my boys and them down the block. I used to be playing spades. Every Friday night we played spades. This is what we did. We used to be in Charlie crib, my homeboy, right? Rest in peace to Miss Sarah's grandmother. She was like a grandmother to me too. It was me, Charlie. I forgot who else, but Smurf was there, right? Smurf a little older, but my family knew his family. That's my nephew's cousin. So we upstairs, we playing spades. We getting it in. Let me tell you something. At 13, 14 years old, I was nice in spades. Nice. So we playing spades, whatever, right? And Smurf said something. I can't remember to this day what I said. And as he's shuffling, he stopped and he said, yo, how do you do it? He was like, you be seeing some fly stuff. Like, how do you do it? And I was like, I don't know. But it was at that moment, I was like, yo, he's right. I didn't realize it. I did not realize it up until that point. And tell you something, Smurf, I appreciate you, brother. Bong, bong, boy, that light switch flicked in my head, and I was like, all right, I'm on to something. Mind you, I was already, at that time, I had started already rapping. I was writing rhymes and stuff like that. My pops has the gift of gab. My pops was almost on the radio back in the day. My pops has always been a gift of gab, fly, fast talking dude. And you know what I'm saying? It runs in the family. Let me tell you something. Having the gift of gab has gotten me out of trouble. It's gotten me out of legal trouble. Oh, boy. Let me tell you something. Hold on. Let me sip my water real quick. Let me tell you something. Having the gift of gab has gotten me out of legal trouble a couple of times. Not once. More than once. You know what I'm saying? I would say about 3 times. 3 times the gift of gab has got me out of legal trouble. And I'm not going to talk about it. I was got me out of legal trouble. But it did. I mean, look, man, I'm an innocent man anyway. So it's like, why not use my gift to get me out of trouble when I should not have been in trouble anyway? Because I'm not a criminal. I'm not out here committing crime. But yeah, the gift of gab, man, it's afforded me a career in podcasting, which is going great right now. I'm 4 years into podcasting. You feel what I'm saying? August made my 4th year of podcasting. Last month I hit my 4th year in podcasting. So I've been podcasting for 4 years and 1 month. I don't know where the next 4 years is going to go. You know what I'm saying? I pray it goes higher than where I actually foresee. I foresee this going very far, very, very far. Having the gift of gab has made me a dope rapper. Remember, I was grinding hard with music for years. Let me tell you something. Having a talent, it's not going to always just make you good. It's practice. You got to be in the gym shooting around. You know what I'm saying? There was a story about Kobe. They said when Kobe went to his first season playing and they lost, they didn't go that far, whatever. He stayed in the gym. They kept not the gym. He stayed in the stadium shooting for like another 2-3 hours. They let him shoot around, and after that, he was going off doing his thing. I've been in the gym shooting for years. I've been in studios. I've been at home writing. You don't have to just go to the studio to work. You could literally sit in your room and write your rhymes, and you are practicing. And that's what I did for years. So having the gift of gab and putting the work in and be just being blessed all around from God has what made me so good. That's why you hear the bars that you hear. That's why you hear the delivery that you hear. That's why you hear the punchlines that you hear. You hear the metaphors. I am naturally a fan of hip hop. I'm a fan of music in general, but I love hip hop. So I don't sit around just listening to myself all day. Let me tell you something. Me and my brother was the only dudes on our block that used to listen to Master P in the 90s. Yes, we came down south one time for vacation for like a week, and we went back and we were asking friends of ours, yo, have you heard this Master P dude? Have you heard this song? Have you heard that? And nobody knew what we were talking about. I was the only dude on my block listening to A-Ball and MJG. I was the only dude on my block listening to Bun B and Pimp C. You feel what I'm saying? I am a Bun B and Pimp C fan. I'm a UGK fan. You feel what I'm saying? I still go on YouTube and watch old Pimp C interviews because Pimp C used to say some of the realest stuff I ever heard in my life. And you can tell it wasn't fake. It wasn't an act. He stood on that. So these are the rappers I grew up off of. Yeah, of course I listened to Biggie growing up. I listen to Pac. I listen to Pun. I listen to Jay-Z. My favorite rapper is Rakim. You feel what I'm saying? Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Cool G Rap. These I hear a lot of y'all make y'all top 5 or whatever that are alive, y'all top 10. You can't. It's hard to make a top 5 list. It's hard. I've made a top 5 list, but it's hard. For me, it has to be at least a top 10. And a lot of those are going to be the old school rappers, the older rappers. I'm not going to give y'all my top 10, but somebody asked me, what were the youngest artists on my top 10? And I said the youngest artists on my top 10 are the ones. 2 of them are around my age. I'm just a couple years older than them, and that's Kendrick and J. Cole. Those are. Other than that, my older rappers are all in my top 10. I can't. You know what I'm saying? And well, Fab also was around the same. Well, he's a couple years older than me, but I would say if we're not talking about older rappers, Fab, J. Cole, and Kendrick are the youngest. In my top 10. It's not. I don't listen. I'm not saying I don't listen and I don't respect the newer school artists, but the newer school artists are not. A lot of them are not really there yet. You know what I'm saying? You got newer school artists that is dope. You got Corday. Corday is dope. Corday. I don't think he's put out anything in a minute. He's dope. Logic is dope. I'm probably gonna get Logic hate. I'm probably gonna get Logic hate, but Logic is. I think he's a dope rapper. I think his music has taken a turn, and since he went independent, more into finding his sound now. But why can't he be allowed that? Why can't we be allowed to test the waters and say, all right, you know what? I've done this for so many years. Let me try that. He still has the gift of gab. If you ever listen to like a lot of rappers, like real top rappers that talk, a lot of the top, they're not just rappers. These dudes are very smart. A lot of rappers got degrees, dog. And y'all don't know that. A lot of rappers went to college. A lot of rappers may have dropped out of high school or dropped out of college, but they come from a very talkative family. And when I say talkative, meaning they come from families where the parents sat, and whether the mother was with them, with the father or not, they sat and they had conversations for years with their children growing up. Me personally, when my kids were younger, I stopped that baby talk early. I stopped that early. I was like, nah, because you only talk baby talk for the first few years of your life. Other than that, you need to be able to articulate and talk, right? So I stopped that early. I started early on with using big words with them so they could understand this. I started talking fast. I really talk New York fast. I slowed it down for the podcast. I talk New York fast in real life. So for me talking New York fast, and my kids was born in New York or whatever, for me talking to them like that, they caught on to it fast. They had to, because you can't sit around and you can't be babying babies. You can't do that. If you baby a baby is gonna say baby forever. That's why so many of these grown men out here act like children. They don't act their age. They're not mature. And I'm not trying to sit here and throw jabs at them and throw darts at them, but it's the truth. And it's a lot of it starts in the home. Do not talk that baby talk to your kids. Get them on board. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, the boy Produk, LifeOfProduk podcast. Episode 130. What is your superpower? I'll let y'all know my superpower is just the gift of gab. If I ain't have the gift of gab, y'all wouldn't be listening to me. I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to everybody that supports the show. Blessings to everyone who has been affected by this hurricane, not just in North Carolina, because it came from other states, and I believe it came across the water and it started in the Caribbean, something like that. Hurricane Helene hit. If anyone is listening and they have information on ways and programs to help donate, let me know and I will post it. I will put that on to the next podcast. GM out, baby. It's the boy Produk, episode 130. We out. You already know.
You are now listening to the Life of Produk podcast.